Come get ready with me as I get ready to go to my doctor's appointment. So this is my second time seeing this nephrologist, and I had one prior to this nephrologist, but because of like insurance purposes I had to switch over to another one. So this is my second time seeing this one, and today we're just gonna go over how my blood work came out to be, and like if the protein in my urine, if it's okay as well. And yeah, so we're just gonna see if everything's okay with me, which honestly I have been taking care of myself. I have been sticking to my diet and I've been really good at that. So I feel like, you know, that I'm gonna get like a positive report today, hopefully. I'm almost out of this. I actually need to get more. Yeah, because honestly my diet, if you guys already don't know it, I can't have a lot of animal protein, and I can't have like, it has to be low fat, low cholesterol, so not a lot of salt and stuff. Like I can't really eat a lot of like fried foods like to go out, which is hard because, you know, we go to church, and as church people we just like to eat. So sometimes it can be a little hard just because when we go to restaurants I do need to ask for their low sodium options, and some waiters and waitresses look at me crazy, and I'm just like, I'm sorry, I don't know what else to do, you know. But yeah, so today we're just gonna go do that. Later I'm gonna meet up with a friend before church, and then I'm gonna head to church later on. But I just wanna honestly kind of like tell you guys like how I found out about my kidneys not working properly. So actually, before I do that, I guess when I was young, when I was a toddler, I had this thing called vesicular, I don't know, it's pretty long, but I'll put it up here what it's called. So basically what happened as a sorry, those are my dogs. So basically what happened was, as a little girl, instead of my urine going down like it's supposed to, it was going back up. So it was being, you know, stored in my bladder, and it caused me to have a lot of fevers. It caused me to have kind of convulsions too. My mom would take me to the doctors, and the doctors did not know what was going on with me as a young child. Yeah, so the doctors didn't know what was going on with me as a young child. So my mom, you know, got frustrated. This was happening from when I was a baby all the way to like being 5. It literally took forever. So my mom, yeah, she would take me to the doctors. They would do blood work on me, and they would tell her like, we don't know what's wrong with your daughter, like we don't know why she's here. And they would tell me that I was fine. But it wasn't until my mom kind of reached out to like a friend, and she was just kind of, you know, venting to the friend and like telling the friend like, hey, like, you know, like I don't know what's wrong with Desiree, like she keeps getting these fevers. She was kind of scared of my fevers because I have an aunt that like she would get really high fevers, and she kind of became a little disabled. And so my mom would kind of get scared of my fevers because they were very high, and then I would get like really bad seizures. So my mom, you know, reached out to her friend, and the friend told her like, hey, I know a doctor, and he was like in Arizona. I know a doctor that can help her out. So my mom reached out to the doctor, and I didn't have to go all the way to Arizona, but the doctor told her what to tell the doctors to have me get tested on. And so my mom did, and they ended up finding that I had that. And so as a young kid, they would do a lot of tests on me and stuff. Like they did like a spinal cord test and stuff, and they did like this thing where they had to test my pee, so they like went up there and stuff. Like I just remember it did hurt, and I was like a young girl, and for me to remember that was really bad. But I remember like I had this pain like of like I needed to pee and I couldn't pee. Like it was the worst feeling ever. Like I don't know if you guys know that feeling where you're just like, okay, like I have to use a restroom, and you're holding it and then you're trying to let it out but nothing comes out. That's literally what happened to me as a kid. And how I got healed from that is my mom took me to like a prayer service, and I got healed at 5 years old. Praise the Lord, you know. And you know, I wasn't getting any. I was supposed to get a surgery. I don't remember what they were supposed to do on me. I was supposed to get a surgery as a little girl on my, I think either my bladder or something, my kidney, something happened there. I was supposed to get surgery, and then they did an x-ray on me, and they're like, oh, we don't need to do the surgery anymore, like your daughter's healed. They were telling my mom, and I believe that the Lord did heal me at that time. I was like a 5-year-old girl. Honestly, I just remember my mom always tells me that. She always tells me the story because she says that like I kind of just raised my hand and I'm like, Jesus, like just take this pain away. Like I'm tired. I was tired. Like I was going through it, you know, for a really long time. So my mom remembers the story. I don't remember the story that well, but I just remember like I was in pain. And so years later, like I was never in pain. I remember, like I just know that like if I didn't drink enough water, my sides would hurt. But until I drank the water, I was fine. But so as a kid, I always had like bladder problems. They never really told me so much about my kidneys, but I just remember like bladder problems I did. And so the way that we found out about my kidneys is because I got pregnant last year, and unfortunately I did lose the baby. And so what happened was that I lost my baby at 29 weeks pregnant, and when I went to the hospital to make sure like everything's okay with the baby, they tested my urine, and they found a lot of protein in my urine, and they asked me like, do you have any history of like kidney infection or kidney disease or anything? And I told them no. Like I had bladder problems, but I wasn't thinking at that time. I was just like, bladder and kidney don't go together. I wasn't really thinking it. There was just a lot going on at that time. And I would tell them no, and my mom came in and she told them like, oh, you know what, as a little girl, she had a lot of bladder issues. And after, you know, delivering the baby, they did have me get blood tested like every day, but like I would get blood tested like every like 2 hours. Like they would check on me to see if like the levels were going down and stuff. I did have preeclampsia, so they were thinking maybe it had to do with the preeclampsia, because that can happen where you can get foam in your urine. And the thing is that like when I was pregnant, I would go to my doctor's appointments regularly. They would like test my urine, but I guess they never really tested it to see if there was protein in there, or maybe they did and they just didn't tell me. Because they even asked me like, has anybody told you you have like a lot of protein in your urine? And I'm like, no one told me. You know, like I would go to the doctors when I was supposed to go. Long story short, you know, they found a lot of protein in my urine, and so when I was in the hospital after delivering the baby, it was, you know, really traumatic, and just I was already overwhelmed with just what happened. And then there was doctors coming in and stuff. The good thing is that like the hospital that I delivered the baby in, they were so quick on trying to find me help. So they like called a nephrologist right away, and like she asked me questions. She asked me like if I ever, what did I go through. The good thing my mom was there, so she was able to answer some more questions that I didn't know about. So I did kind of give the doctor like, okay, like we'll see what's going on. And I did. She literally would order a bunch of blood tests. So the whole time I was there, like me leaving the hospital, both of my arms were bruised just because of how many times that I had to get my blood tested. And it was honestly pretty traumatic for me, just because I'm like, I just lost my baby. Then I find out that I have a kidney disease I didn't even know I had. But I was hoping that maybe it was just the preeclampsia, and I was just hoping like, oh, I just hope that like the levels just go down and this would just go over, but no, that I've been going to the doctors frequently now, and they still say like, no, it's not because of your pregnancy. You probably already had this going on. And I know, like, I was talking to my mom and like my husband, and I truly believe that my son Luke, I truly believe he saved my life, because I think we caught it at a good time. Like right now I don't have to go through dialysis, and I don't have to, like, it's not as severe, and I truly believe that like he really saved my life despite the circumstances. And I will never know, and I will never understand why God did what he did, what happened with the baby. But honestly, that's the only way we found out that something was wrong with my kidney. So actually that doctor, she did have me do an ultrasound there at the hospital on my kidneys, and they were saying that like my left kidney at that time, they were saying that my left kidney had a mass. And I was like, wait, isn't that like cancer? But they did have trouble like even there trying to find my left kidney. And they found the right one, but they like had trouble finding the left kidney. But what I liked about those doctors is that they were literally on top of it. Like they just wanted to see like what was going on. Like they just wanted to find a solution and try to get me help. And I really did like appreciate that, because I feel like there's not a lot of doctors like that. And because they wanted to make sure to see like if it really was, like a mass, they did order like a CT scan on me. So I just waiting for you to hurry up.
Go ahead, go.
No, you need to leave. CT scan, and I was doing it, and I was just like, Lord, I need you to be with me. Like, I need you. Like, I don't know what the heck is going on. This is kind of scary. You're going through a big old tube, and then they're telling you that you have a mass on your left kidney, and I was just like kind of freaking out a little bit, I'm not gonna lie. And before they had me do a CT scan, I had to drink like this really nasty like drink, I guess, to clear my system, and it was really gross. I had to drink that for like, I want to say like 4 hours. I want to say, don't remember, but it was really gross. I couldn't eat food or like drink water. I just had to drink that, and it was really nasty. But yeah, I just had to drink that, and it was really nasty. And after the CT scan, they said that they found that actually both kidneys were scarred. And I don't remember if they said like if the left one was really small or something like that, but I just remember them saying that both kidneys were like scarred, so meaning that like both of them are not like functioning properly, you know. So I did right away. They told me about my diet. They told me I had to change my exercise and stuff, and I actually have been doing really good on it. But honestly, it was just like a lot of change, like a lot of going on. It's funny because I was in the hospital and they would like they didn't even change like my diet on my food. I was still eating like chicken and stuff, and I can't even be having that much chicken, and I was having like mashed potatoes like every day. I was having chicken every day. Like, honestly, I think it was just God's way of saying like, I'm just gonna let you have this food for now, because after that it's not gonna be this good. I don't know. So after that I did meet up, you know. I think I was in the hospital for like 5 days, and I got discharged and all that stuff. And the thing is that like it happened during the holidays, like it happened around Thanksgiving and stuff, so it was hard because I was just like, just good food. They did say like I could eat it, I just had to be like, I had to like portion it very well. But yeah, so I met with that doctor like after that, and she told me like my levels were going down, and I was just like, cool, you know. And I was meeting with her. I think I was supposed to meet with her like in February, and I was like gonna go to my appointment to see like if it, cause I think, did I get blood work? I got blood work done again, and she was gonna tell me like everything was okay. But literally when I was on my way to the doctors, they called me and they're like, oh, sorry, we ran your insurance and we don't take your insurance. And I was just like, oh my God. And I just had to find a new doctor, and even that was kind of a struggle. The good thing is that like I had to find a new like primary doctor, and I didn't even want to look. I was just like, I'm just gonna look who's in my card, and I'm just gonna go there and see. So literally from there, even like going to a new doctor, it was just a lot. It's been a lot. So today we're just gonna see like how's everything going so far with the new blood test, because honestly I have been doing pretty good in my diet, and I've been working out like most days. There's times where I kind of like, I'm too lazy. Like yesterday, and I was gonna work out this morning, but I didn't have time. Kind of woke up a little late. Honestly, guys, I don't really wear makeup when I go to the doctors, but because I do have service today, and I'm gonna meet up with my friend. I gotta look somewhat decent. This is gonna come off anyways once I put the mask on. But yeah, it's kind of like a gloomy day today. But yeah, so just pray for me that, you know, this doctor would just have wisdom on what to do with my body, because I've heard a lot of stories where like people being misdiagnosed and stuff, and that's like one of my worst fears, because I'm just like, I don't want them to do like a surgery on me that I don't need, and I don't want them to do something that literally is either gonna get me worse or something, you know. The first doctor that I had, she didn't want to do a biopsy on me, just because she told me that it can be a little dangerous for me. Just like if something goes wrong, it will be really hard for me to have kids again. I really liked her, you know, she was really good. She did tell me that. She said that it was gonna be really hard for me to have kids again, and that she didn't want to do that on me, because she's like, you're still pretty young, like let's try to, and she's like, I don't want to put you on dialysis either, because she's like, you're really young. And she's like, and I want you to have a family. Like, I really liked her, she was really good. But she's like, I want you to have a family again one day, you know. So she's like, let's just work into trying to get your levels lowered, and you know, for you to get healthy again. And I really liked her, really did. And she even told me like, if you plan to get pregnant again, just let us know right away, so that, you know, if we ever do put you on a medication, we like stop putting you on medication. And you know, sadly we did have to change her, but with this new doctor, he did tell me that he's trying to avoid also biopsy on me because of the same thing, that it can happen. If something goes wrong, it will be really hard for me to have a baby. And and I know that the Lord will bless me again, and I think that sometimes the enemy tries to lie and say that like I will never have a child again. But I believe that the Lord will bless me again too, and I know that he will make a way even with this going on with my body. Like, I believe that God will heal me, and I believe that even if any of you guys dealt with like a miscarriage or like a stillbirth, and like even if you have a disease in your body, I believe for you that the Lord will meet you there and that God will heal you as well. Like, honestly, I just really want to share like my story. And it's funny because when I was pregnant, I thought I was going to have a girl, and I was so excited. And then when I found out it was a boy, I got like a little sad. But honestly, the Lord kind of gave me a peace, because me and Fabian always knew that if we had a boy, we were going to name him Luke. And I remember one day, like, the Holy Spirit, like, I was driving and the Holy Spirit was just like, look up his name. And I looked up what the name Luke meant, and it means light. And when I was pregnant, I was just going through like a really rough season, and I just remember the Lord saying like he's just gonna be a light, and I believe, even though it's not the way that I would want it to be, him to be a light, but I even believe like even now he's being a light. Just me sharing my testimony and stuff, like, I believe like he's really saved my life, because I don't think I would have ever known that something was wrong with my body. I wasn't really going to the doctors before I was pregnant, even though I had like this urge, like, go check yourself, like go to the doctor. And I would try to go to the doctor, but like we had just gotten married and like there was just a lot going on. And honestly, like, I'm thankful in a way, just because I'm just like, okay, we caught it at a really good time. Like, I don't need to be in dialysis. I don't need, like, it's not as bad, but we're gonna see today, and we're just gonna go and see what the doctor says today, and I will update you guys once I get there. So I'll see you later. Let's go. So I just got here. I'm on my way to head in, but I feel like every time I go to the doctor's, I always have to use the restroom. I don't know if anybody else goes through that, but I'm a little nervous right now. I'm always nervous to go to the doctor's. But I'm on my way. Literally, there was no parking. It's a little packed today. Let's see. We're heading inside. Going up. Alright guys, so I just got done with the doctor, and so there's actually, I do have some like good news. Well, yeah, like good news. I'm like, I lost 10 pounds, which I'm really proud of myself. Also, he said that I am doing really good with my blood work and stuff, that he does see that there was a change, that it did lower. He does still see a lot of protein in my urine. He said that right now it's at 1.3, and it should be at 1. So he says that it is still a lot, but it's doing better than from when I first had it. But what he was saying was that like it could still kind of be from the preeclampsia that I had. But he told me that like if I plan getting pregnant soon, for me just to kind of wait it out a little bit, because he said that he is putting me on medication to lower the protein and for my blood pressure. So it's a blood pressure medication. I'm not sure, I don't know how to pronounce it, but I asked him like if there's any like side effects I need to look out for. He said no, like it's more for like my blood pressure, but also to lower the protein in my body. So he wants to see how that works on me. If it works on me, then he's gonna keep me on it. And he did say that if it does better, then we won't need to do a biopsy. But if he sees that it's not improving, then we will have to. And I don't want a biopsy, to be honest, just because he said it is really difficult, just because my left kidney is really small. So he doesn't want to do that. He says it is pretty dangerous. But the good news is that I am doing better. He says that, you know, the diet that I've been sticking to has been working really good. I asked him if he can refer me to a dietitian. He says he doesn't really want to do that because he says what I've been doing is actually doing really good. He's seeing like really good results in my body, which is good, and I just praise God, because I'm just like, oh man, like I want to be healed from this, you know, like I want to do better, because I feel like a lot of times we ask for prayer and we're not doing the work ourselves, you know, and I feel like I have been doing the work, and like I know that God will just meet me there, you know. So I'm out of breath because I kind of parked a little far. There was no parking. It was kind of packed in there today. So he is gonna see me in 6 weeks. He's gonna have me do lab work again, but because I am having the new medication, he wants to see how that's working, how that's going. But yeah, I'm so happy. I'm so like, I'm just so amazed, because I'm like, yes, like it's going down, like I'm doing better, you know. And I'm like, and I lost weight, so that's like another plus, like that's helping me out, you know. But yeah, I just, you know, just want to thank you guys for just following along with me. We are going to church. I am going to take you to church with me today. I need to go pick up my medication, and then I'll make myself food real quick. So yeah, I'll see you at home. I just got done picking up my medicine from Rite Aid, so I already have it. Honestly, I do not have time to go home and eat real quick, so what I'm just gonna have to do is just probably go to Chick-fil-A or like Chipotle. Those are usually my safe. Alright guys, so I settled with Chipotle, and honestly I love Chipotle. The low sodium like option that I get is brown rice, because it has a little less sodium than white rice. And I'll get like black beans. I get a veggie bowl basically, so I get like black beans and the fajita veggies with lettuce. I do cheat a little bit. I put sour cream just to give it some flavor, and I put guacamole. But it's just been a really busy day. I'm on my way right now just to go meet up my friend, but it's not till 5:30, so I still have like 30 minutes. So I'll probably just honestly chill at Starbucks, eat my food for a little bit, just kind of wind down. I need to spend some time with myself, just a little bit. Yes, I'm one of those introverts that need to spend time with themselves before they meet with other people, just because I know like at church I'm gonna see a bunch of people, so I feel like there's a lot of energy was taken off of me today, so I just need to like wind down, chill, eat my food, and then just wait for her, and then we just talk for a little bit, and then we go to church. So I'll see you guys at Starbucks. Alright, so I'm barely leaving Starbucks, and I'm a little late to church. So church starts at 7:30. Church starts at 7:30, and it's 7:37. Good thing I'm like around the church, so I'm gonna head over there right now. But I'm getting a little blocked because I parked on the not on the wrong spot, but like the drive-thru is right behind me. So see you guys at church.
No, I'm not gonna tell them to follow. I don't promote my channel. I do.
You have to.
You need to promote it. I'm vlogging right now.
You're vlogging right now?
Yeah.
Hey, follow Redeemed R3DMEED on YouTube. Right?
Bro.
And then them too. Okay. So we just finished church, and I'm over here with Jordan and with Daniel.
What's up?
How'd you guys like church?
It was really good.
Amazing
it was
work.
super good. Yes, Omar, perfect on the spot.
Okay, so we just got home. I worked out for a little bit. I like to watch Girl Joe, and I like to do her little like workouts. So I did it for like 13 minutes. I just washed up and just got my PJs, and now me and Fabian are gonna watch Mandalorian for a little bit and then just call it a night. But thank you guys for watching my channel. Please like and subscribe, and hope to see you in the next video. Bye.